Got it.
Booyah. Well, Bitcoin Brian, how you doing, man?
Crypto Cody, I'm doing great. How's your morning going?
Oh, it's going good. Just another beautiful Saturday with a nice cup of coffee and my pal Brian.
Oh, yes. I have my coffee. I can't, confirm or deny this, but there might be a kicker in my coffee. I'm not sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You've roofied yourself. Is
Yeah.
no,
Well, it was, it's Saturday the 14th. It was before Saturday the 14th, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. So yesterday was my wife's birthday, and it was
Excellent.
Friday the 13th yesterday. I'm like, oh man, I really
Oh,
hope this
that's
is a
right.
I'm like, I hope this is a good birthday. Like this is,
I'm sure
you
she
know,
had a great day.
yeah, she did. It was really special for her. I will say
Excellent.
though, I mean, like, not to just get serious all of a sudden, but dude, and we don't even need to get into it, but like this whole thing with Israel, man, that has just been,
Oh,
whew,
my.
that
I
is
know.
that's been a true Friday the 13th for some people, man. It's just awful, absolutely awful. So I don't want
I
to
know it is.
underplay that, but yeah, man. But my prayers go out to everybody over there for sure. That is just, I really hope that this war ends.
Yes, definitely soon.
Yep. But dude, so crypto definitely feeling stagnant, you know?
Yeah, I definitely have that feeling this whole week. It's like everything's just been going down,
Yeah,
like
it really,
trickling down. Like,
yeah.
but but I'm looking at it is like I told you earlier, I'm looking to place some orders to buy some crypto because it's in the red. It's
Well,
best
and
time
that's
to
the
buy it.
thing. Right.
So um so I'm trying to stay positive, not get down. This is kind of like the time where the market just wants to wear you out. you
Yeah,
know,
right.
right now it's wearing us out over time. So I'm just going to stay positive and look for some, great value buys and get in and build some more positions and add to some positions.
Oh,
So
100%. Well, you know what's interesting is back in January of, I think it was January 7th of 2022, the fear and greed index was literally like in the red, number 10, you know?
really,
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was in the red, number 10. And now it's just, yeah, it's at that 50% mark. So it's just like, it's funny to me, like, that's just how people, you really look at that, and that will explain how people feel, you know? And because it's at that 50% mark right now, it's like, that's how everybody feels, you know?
they could take it or leave it.
They could take it or leave it. Yep.
So
But yeah, dude, so show us some charts for Bitcoin. I'm actually curious to see what your thoughts are. I know you had one chart too. Like, I'd love to see your
yeah,
chart on Bitcoin, but I also would love to see your chart
I
you were
can
showing me
do both.
earlier.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that
I'll share
second
my
chart was
screen here.
freaking awesome. I
Yeah,
thought
so
that
here
was,
it is. This is the Bitcoin uh, dominance chart. So it's pretty much Bitcoin versus based against all other altcoins, so all other cryptos. And right now, Bitcoin is a little bit over 50% of total market cap is Bitcoin. So, and what I see here is, so back up here, this was, beginning of 2017, where Bitcoin dominance was like 95%. There weren't that many altcoins then. And then the bull market started in 2017. And you can see the dominance went way down to like from like 95% to 35%.
geez,
But
yeah.
that doesn't mean Bitcoin's price dropped, right? Because as we know, Bitcoin skyrocketed in 2017 bull market too. All this means is that the altcoin market grew exponentially compared to Bitcoin, and you can
Yeah.
see, and then, the opposite here in January of 2018, Bitcoin's dominance is now rising against the altcoin market. That's when the bear market happened. So all coins dropped. It's just Bitcoin didn't lose as much value as the altcoins.
So here's a question in correlation to where we're at right now, because obviously we have 6 to 8, 6 to, I think it's 6 months, 7 months till the next Bitcoin halving or something. We're less than 200 days now, actually, I think, for the Bitcoin
Yeah,
halving.
because isn't it? It's April 2024.
Right. So
So I
we're
think
less
it's
than
at the end
200
of
days.
April. Yeah,
So give us the last bit. If you could look at that chart right there, when was the last Bitcoin halving that we had?
the last halving.
Yeah.
So that would have been May of 2020, right?
Okay. So May of 2020. and then go back 6 months from that.
So here's May of, so that would be May of 2020. So that'd be like November, roughly.
Right. So that right
So
there shows history
here we go.
repeating
Here's
itself.
4 years ago from today.
Yes. Okay. 4 years ago from today. So that right there, if history repeats itself, we're looking at potentially being at the top with the Bitcoin dominance.
Yes.
If history repeats itself, that
If
right
it
there
does,
is
and it has. So
and it has, and it should, because it's the same philosophy moving forward as far as the Bitcoin halving goes. I mean, this is specifically, we're talking about Bitcoin, so that makes absolute sense. You know, that could potentially, we could potentially be at the top of Bitcoin's dominance right now.
yes, or you're correct. Actually, looking at that, I think we are. I think we might see this go up a little more. I think this could be like the last downtrend, where people still think we're in a bear market type downtrend that we've been having for the market in general. And October is usually a very strong month for Bitcoin. So, I think we're going to see some really great changes by the end of the year with the market. We're going to see some increases. We're going to start to see the build up to the halving.
Right, exactly. And the thing is I mean, obviously, we didn't put out the disclaimer, but obviously, neither Brian or myself are financial advisors. So make sure that you do not make any financial decisions based off of our charts and thoughts and everything. This is just for entertainment purposes only. But with all that being said, if that is true, if what we're talking about is true, then in theory, selling your BTC into altcoins now would be probably the opportunity, in theory. If you were trying to simply just sell BTC into altcoins, not putting new money in, but selling BTC into altcoins, in theory, somewhere between now and, I don't know, like probably November,
Well, yes.
December.
So, but a lot of experts will probably say, you're better off to be in Bitcoin right now.
Oh, you're always better off to be in Bitcoin.
Well,
yeah.
Even, because Bitcoin right now in this little downtrend, Bitcoin's going to hold its value much better than the altcoins. So, and the market's kind of unstable. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. We could have another major event. I mean, we just had this war break out in Israel. So what happens if there's another world crisis or something? That could spike the crypto market going downward.
Oh, yeah.
It would be short-lived, but a lot of experts are saying you're better off to be in Bitcoin right now and wait to see the market move and change directions.
Yeah.
So, but everybody has their own philosophy. I am building positions right now in altcoins. I'm not selling my Bitcoin though. I'm not putting my Bitcoin into altcoins. I'm just I'm building positions more so in altcoins than I am in Bitcoin.
Right, exactly. And I mean, obviously I agree with that 100%. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of people out there that don't want to put new money in. And so they're trying to figure out, like, okay, well, I've been holding primarily Bitcoin and I want to get involved in altcoin, but I don't want to bring in new money. So is it a terrible idea for me to sell BTC for some altcoin? And I'm just saying,
specific ones, because you can pull up charts, I'm pretty sure. So let me go like BTC versus Link. See if there's that pair. No. How can I do this? I don't know. I'll have to check that out at another point, how I can, pull up a different chart, one coin versus the other. I know there's so Bitcoin versus Ethereum chart.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Right. Let me so this is the 1-year chart. And you can see.
Well, yeah, because the Ethereum dominance has actually been crazy.
Hand in hand with the Bitcoin dominance chart, right?
Yeah,
Bitcoin's
exactly.
stronger than Ethereum. It's going up.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, the 20, the 50, and the 200-day moving average, they've all curled, like they're ready to skyrocket some more. So this might be the last real push for Bitcoin dominance. And when I go back to the Bitcoin dominance too, another thing I saw was, if you look, on the, the 5-year. So you're using weekly candle wicks. it's never really got above the 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average has always been a resistance for Bitcoin dominance. You see it barely went up over it here, but it bounced here, bounced there. You know, the right before the start of the bull market in 2021, it went above it, but then it's always stayed below. It's always kind of been used as resistance. And here we are, we're testing it again. So after one of these tests, we're going to see it start to go down.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, if it breaks above the 200-day moving average, I think the crypto market might be in some issues. The altcoin market might have some problems.
Yeah. No, I hear you there on that. So, yeah. So basically, the Bitcoin dominance could potentially be on its way to the top at this point, but that doesn't mean. I mean, I don't recommend that you get rid of Bitcoin. If you're holding Bitcoin, that's primarily the goal here, is to accumulate as much BTC as possible. That's kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also looking at getting some more Bitcoin. You know,
right.
I'd like to. I don't want it to go down, but I'd like a wick to go down. Just below 26,000 would be nice.
So, yeah. So now one thing that's actually going to be potentially pushing the BTC dominance more up, or just crypto dominance in general up. I'm actually going to take over for a second.
Yep.
On this is the most latest news that has come out, which is that the Grayscale has made a decision in bringing spot Bitcoin ETF closer to reality. So basically, I think it had something. Yeah. So the SEC will not appeal the Grayscale decision. So that's huge, absolutely huge.
It is.
And I know that you have some articles on this too, so we'll kind of go back and forth on this, but it does make a much more serious opportunity for there to be an ETF that is going to be coming into play for Bitcoin for Grayscale, that's exciting. And by the way, I actually think that I was looking this up. So as of November, I don't know if this is actually, if there's more than this or not, but according to this search, it says as of November 2022, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust holds one of the largest shares of Bitcoin BTC right now. Okay. Currently holding 643,572 BTC worth. That's worth about 10.6 billion, approximately 3% of all Bitcoins currently available. So basically what they have in stock right now, that would be the backing of their ETF, is literally 3% of Bitcoin in general.
In their personal holdings.
Yeah, in their personal holdings. So that's 10 billion plus, basically $10.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. And so that's what they.
So you would think
you don't blame them for wanting to have an ETFs, like
right? Yeah, they want the price to go up. Let's get that $100,000 price real quick.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
that'll be 40 billion.
Right, exactly. And so, I mean, obviously this isn't the first Bitcoin ETF that's been launched before. I mean, there's other Bitcoin ETFs out there. And there's some much larger.
Yeah, they're future ETFs.
Correct. Futures. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Future ETFs and whatnot. But this is going to be such massive news for crypto in general, because now you're talking about backing actual value. Like,
right.
That's what this is all about. This is all about, securities and commodities. This is basically proclaiming that Bitcoin is a security now when this actually takes place. Essentially, yes. Right? Yeah. So that's the whole concept. And I think for those of you who don't understand what an ETF actually is, that this is probably one of the greatest pieces of news that you could actually have for crypto in general. Like, as far as bringing actual value, because it's defining crypto as value. It's not just people being like, oh, it's this, it's just a stupid digital algorithm that everybody feels like is really, valuable. It's like, no, we're actually putting actual security value to it when these ETFs are created. So there is no argument there anymore once this happens, which is exciting, So this is probably some of the biggest news we've probably had come out all year, believe it or not. And
yes.
has probably countered all the negative news that we've had come out with FTX and just some of the stupid drama.
Oh my God. So because of this, I'm going to just take over the screen real quick.
Yeah. Probably going to hang out on this for a little bit anyways.
Whoops. I should have. What happened to it? Anyway, sorry about the little confusion here. Because of that, the SEC, like what Crypto Cody said, the SEC, not deciding not to appeal the ruling. Where is it? I lost the article. Anyway, they're not appealing the ruling. So because of that, oh, here it is. Because of that, people are saying there's a 90% chance that spot Bitcoin ETF is going to get approved. So ARK Invest in 21 Shares updated their spot Bitcoin ETF applications upon the request of the SEC. So now they're expected to approve a spot Bitcoin ETF by January 10th.
Jeez.
So,
yes,
so because of that, this is another article I might go to after. Because of that, now I'm finding articles like this. Bitcoin price prediction. This is from Forbes. Can Bitcoin reach 1 million by 2025? Whereas you look up price predictions, and they're saying that's not going to happen until like 2032.
Yeah.
But now Forbes, could it?
Wow. Forbes.
I don't know.
Bullish.
What do you think, Cody?
Bullish Forbes. Bullish Forbes. I mean, personally, I don't think, that Bitcoin is going to hit that. I'm not, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's very possible for it to hit that $1 million mark by 2025. I think
if we take a zero off.
Yeah, I think that what you're saying, that 100,000 by 2025. I think that's.
I mean, I'm thinking, for me, I think it's going to be closer to 200,000 at the peak.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, my prediction for the top of the bull market for BTC in general is probably 90 to 100,000. That's my conservative. If it hits 1 million, dude, there's something incredibly crazy.
I mean, we're going to see it 1 million in our lifetimes.
Yeah, but you have to see, the thing is like, this is the way that I see it. We are still not in a place where people are comfortable to send BTC. People are still shaking their fingers, trying to click around, sending crypto from one exchange to another, let alone sending them to their own wallets and stuff, because they're scared of losing that stuff. So there's no security. And then there's in the insurance, as soon as the insurance policies go up, this is why I love the ETF concept, because the thing is people are not actually holding Bitcoin with ETFs. What they're holding is the share value of BTC that's already existing within that exchange.
So to me, that's people dragging their feet. They want exposure to this new technology, but they really don't want to let go of the old. Right. So we got to let go of the old, and it's going to happen.
Right. But the people,
but that's where, to me, regulation needs to come in place and make it like we had talked before.
Oh, and it
makes
is.
It a one-click easy thing. It's guaranteed by the government. So hence, that's where we're going to be using stable coins.
Right.
Government currencies, Bitcoin and other cryptos are going to be needed to do stuff on those platforms, the gaming industry, whatever.
Right.
DeFi, all these other applications, you
have all the use cases and the applications.
So the use cases. So we might have a couple hundred cryptos at the end of the day once it's fully in place.
Yep.
But Bitcoin's turning into the new store of value, another place to put your money.
Right. Exactly. And I just think it's important that people understand, like, the price of Bitcoin doesn't soar to the moon until people feel comfortable with the idea that they can't lose it. That's my opinion.
How about this? Big corporations,
physically lose it,
right? They don't want people to feel comfortable right now.
No, of course not, because they want to keep it all up.
They need to get their chunk. Like you already showed, Grayscale owns 3% of Bitcoins.
3%?
That's crazy.
When did they pick that up? That's the question.
Right?
I bet you they picked that up on every bear market that you've seen over the past, 6 or 7 years. You know,
but that's
the last
crazy.
2 bear markets. That's when they grabbed it all. They were grabbing it back when. I'll bet you that Grayscale, BlackRock, all these massive, what do you call them? Pools.
They were grabbing it. I bet
it wasn't a joke when we were talking, over the past, saying like institutional investors are getting involved. Like people are just, they don't believe
big money.
it.
This is the big growth here. Big money's getting involved. Like
Huge.
we already know this
But
17
the thing
trillion.
is they're already involved. They've been involved. Yeah, they're getting involved right now. They're still getting involved, but
Right,
like,
but correct, they have been involved. It's just
oh,
they
they got
didn't
involved.
publicize it.
No, of course not. They don't want that news because
No.
that just sends a massive spike in the market, and then they get in trouble with the SEC. They get in trouble with all the regulators, and it just, it's kind of like Elon Musk that one time that he was kind of playing with, he was kind of playing with it a little bit on the line. I remember when he bought, was it $1 billion in Bitcoin? Something like that. Something stupid like that.
Or a couple billion.
And he was like on Twitter, just like, hey, I bought $1 billion. And
I think he was
like,
bored.
wow.
That was before he bought Twitter. So I think he was bored. He was looking for something to do.
He was, but it's just $1 billion.
Let me see what I can do here with my
$1 billion.
Billion,
no big
right?
deal. Yeah, let's just do it. Yeah. And then he's just like, I don't even know how much Dogecoin he bought, but I'm just like, what the frig are you doing, Elon?
I know.
What's going on?
My kids are telling me to buy Dogecoin then.
Let that sink in.
When they told me they were spot on. It was less than a penny.
Holy crap, dude. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not buying that stuff.
Dude, I actually think that there's a lot of people that want to know what the heck is going on with Dogecoin anyways. So we should probably do a video review on that at some point. But
yeah, I mean, I'm not kind of a fan of it, but I haven't,
You're like, you can do it, Cody. Oh, dude.
Right.
Yeah. So anyways, but yeah, so the Bitcoin dominance right now, or the fear, actually, let me pull this up really quick. Not the Bitcoin dominance, but the fear and greed index is actually getting a little bit more fearful right now at the moment, believe it or not.
Really?
Yep. I find that to be really fascinating. So the fear and greed index right here, this is on CoinMarketCap, showing at 40 right now.
Oh, excellent.
Yep.
Go down. Yes.
Getting a little down at the moment. But
I'm like still stuck because I know like the peak of the next bull market it's like a year and a half away.
Yep.
Right.
But
so
BTC,
I'm like, I still want to try to get as much as I can for as cheap as possible. So I'm kind of like stuck between a spot where I want the market to continue to go down. Yeah. But I also want to start seeing go up because it's been going down for so long.
Yeah. Well, it's fun to accumulate, and you know that you're being smart like the institutional investors are, and that's the thing, like right now, it's funny. I actually had somebody come up to me the other day and they were like, yeah, Bitcoin's dead. 25,000. It's dead. And I'm like, okay, hold on a second. When did you get involved in crypto? And he's just like,
it's dead at 25,000.
he got involved. Of course, he got involved in crypto at the top of the bull market when it was at $60,000+ per BTC. Oh, and I'm like, dude, okay. I'm like, listen,
because he's a greedy type of person.
Holy smokes, dude. And I'm just like, listen, dude, let me tell you something. I'm no vet here. Okay. Like, I'm not trying to say that I've been around the block a lot of times, but when I got involved back in 2016, I remember seeing this thing that below 1,000. I think it was actually below 1,000 per BTC.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so for me, looking at it from that perspective, we are up. Like, because there's a lot of crypto I haven't pulled out since then because I have long-term holdings. Yeah. And so the fact that we're at 26,000 right now for me is a massive increase. It's like, to be able to have the opportunity
26x.
26x. Yes, exactly. And Ethereum, I remember back when that was like in the hundreds, like
I saw it below 100.
Yeah, it was below 100 at one point. I think I remember seeing it in 90 or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyways, so the fear and greed index right now is sitting at 40, might continue to go down, but I'm actually curious if this ETF news that came out yesterday is actually going to start pushing that back up into the green, getting people excited. So
I think it will. Wow. So I'm just thinking if one of these, if one of them gets through, all of them are going to get through.
Right.
So I'm just thinking of like the growth, I'm just trying to think what happens if it gets approved before the end of the year. You think there's going to be a lot of money going into it? People are taking tax.
Well, yeah, as long as there's security.
They're taking losses for tax benefits, and they're going to put that money into ETFs.
Yeah, as long as there's security.
If it happens after the new year, who knows? They could probably do the same thing.
Well, you think about gold. Like there's gold ETFs out there that people would rather invest in than actually have physical gold in their safe somewhere in their house. Because that gold in the safe, it's some people just, they're scared. They're like, I don't want to lose that gold, for
That's
whatever
why you
reason.
put it in a safe.
Well, exactly. Yeah. But, so take your Bitcoin, put it on a cold storage wallet and throw that in a safe or whatever,
Right.
Well, all
Throw
you got to
that in
throw
a
in the
safe
safe,
and go ahead
throw
and
your 24 seed password in the safe, who cares about the hardware? Like, but
or
it's
or put it in a, one thing I'm going to do. I mean, I have all my stuff written down in my safe, but I'm going to make a handwritten copy of it, and I'm going to go get a safety deposit box, and I'm going to go
perfect.
put one copy in the bank.
Right. Exactly. And
You know,
that's what needs to happen is like,
and
but the thing
so
is,
that way I can, I have a living trust. So that way I can go ahead and leave instructions in my trust. This is how you access all of the crypto.
right.
Because if
Exactly.
I don't give people instructions to that when I move on, um, it could be all lost.
Right.
No one could ever gain access to it.
Right. Exactly. But the thing is like, yeah, it's not people, I don't see crypto taking off until that problem is solved. That is the biggest problem that needs to be solved. It's not just the use cases of cryptocurrency. It's not just the speed. It's not just the Lightning Network
It's
stuff.
coming
And
before we know soon.
it's making it. It's not just the regulations. What it is it's creating security for people.
So
And that's
I think they already have, or they're working towards definitely making it easy for the general public. I think
right. Easy
right?
and secure. It's got to be
Easy and
simple.
secure, but they need to have the government stable coins first.
Right.
And in order to do that, they need to put regulations in first for stable coins. That's the biggest thing, and crypto.
Let me give you can I give you a vision? Not to interrupt you here, but
Yeah.
like let me give you a vision of what I think is going to cause the crypto world to be literally a multi-mega trillion dollar world. Is when there are banks, not just when exchanges become banks and there's actual crypto banks out there, okay, that people invest in. And what happens is you have your own stock of crypto that or similar to ETFs where there's actually some kind of backing that it's still USD or some kind of stable coin that's easy for you to get. At some point we're going to go to some kind of digital stable coin.
It's happening.
But
totally.
but the thing is like when the banks actually have, very similar to ETFs where they actually have that security in the bank that's backing people are able to spend that money with their debit cards, their phones, whatever.
Yes.
And that's when it's becoming a big deal, is when people, it has nothing to do with
So
holding Bitcoin.
that's what
it has
I'm
everything
saying.
to
That's
do with
already in the
backing
works.
Bitcoin.
That's
Right.
already in the works.
Yeah, I know.
New
but
banks aren't going to pop up. The existing banks are changing.
Yes.
So when the USDC, US government, digital asset, eventually everybody's going to be using that to their day to day.
Right. Yeah.
And it's
exactly.
going to be easy. It's going to be easy,
has
just
to
like
be easy for
just like
people.
your online
Dude,
banking now, except it's going to be crypto wallets.
The average American, and I mean, I don't have the exact statistics on this, but I believe the average American doesn't even have a clue what's in their actual bank account, let alone, what's backing it or how much money is in the bank to back it.
Right.
They don't know any of that.
All they know is that, what is it, up to 150,000 or 250,000 is insured by the federal government.
200,000.
200,000.
200,000 per account.
Yeah. So
yeah. And people didn't even know that. The only reason why people knew that was because of the crazy stuff that happened with the bank in Silicon Valley.
So I think we're going to see really,
but look at the United
corporate
States.
investments, but the banking stuff I think is already going on in the background.
Right.
So what I was going to say a little bit before was, so this market is going to take off. Maybe like we've never seen before. I just hope Coinbase
literally.
and exchanges are ready for it.
Right.
Because everybody and their brother is going to be going, Coinbase, I got to get an account. Remember what happened in 2016, 2017? It would take weeks sometimes to get your account open on an exchange so you could buy crypto.
Right.
So
yeah,
I hope the exchanges are ready for this. They must.
Well,
they must.
Yeah, but that's one of the weak parts of cryptocurrency right now, is that the exchanges, the trust in exchanges is very, very, very low. Like there's not a very high trust in exchange in general.
Right.
And so you have some of the major ones that are, I think there's a lot of major ones, like you have, Coinbase and Kraken and Bittrex, I think even crypto.com,
So
like,
Bitstamp is another exchange that
yeah,
I haven't really looked at. I'm going to check out.
yeah.
But
But the thing with FTX right now, like that is what really screwed everybody over in their trust with exchanges, because that was
I
like
think each
one of the
one's different.
fastest growing and most prominent exchanges, and which makes no sense to me, man.
It's
Like,
just it's a Bernie Madoff thing.
I
He was
know,
a
but it just didn't.
bad apple in the bushel, you know?
Yeah, so his girlfriend actually testified against him the other day. Do you know
I
what
know.
the latest news on that was? That was actually crazy. Actually, I want to look this up too. But the
All right.
latest news on that was, Sam Bankman-Fried's girlfriend. I'm looking this up right now. Basically, testified it against him, saying that he was trying to bribe a China official with billions of dollars.
Really?
Yeah. Now I don't know if that's true or not, but I saw. Let me see. I'd like to actually find out if this is true, because I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, FTX, that sucked, that what happened with that. But I think overall the market absorbed that very well.
Oh yeah, no, the market definitely absorbed it, because the fact that Bitcoin was see, the thing is, it doesn't matter how much negative news comes out. Like, crypto is going to continue to repeat itself. History always repeats itself. We see the cycles, the bear cycles, the bull cycles. They've stayed true. They've continued to stay true
Yes, they have.
regardless of, you had Mount Gox, like when that took
That
place.
was like 2013 or 14 or something like that.
But there's negative news with exchanges, and there's always going to be things, but then there's positive news that comes out, like with
Look how much negative
Ripple.
news there is with the regular banking system. This bank going under. This bank is, doing this or that.
There's going to be bribery. Like, so SBF's ex-girlfriend takes the stand for, or as government's star witness.
Huh.
Let's see. The case age. Okay, blah blah blah. FTX hedge fund. So she pleads guilty to court wire frauds. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where I read it, but there was something about.
Well, I know she testified about falsifying like 7 documents.
Yeah.
And
but she keeps on pointing it back to Sam as being the one who's like, do this.
Yeah.
Do it now. Almost like he has a gun to her head or something. Not to put words into her mouth here, but like it's very. I mean, she's pleading guilty. There is no argument there. I think what she's trying to do is minimize her sentencing.
Yeah.
Obviously she's trying to. She's trying to cooperate,
She is.
So
she's the CEO. So, I mean, did Sam Bankman-Fried put her in? He put her in that position then.
Yeah. And she actually admitted, she's like, I had no idea what I was doing. She's like, I mean, you have to
because she looks pretty young to be a CEO of.
Basically, these guys are just a bunch of they're just a bunch of nerds that know how to work with websites. They're basically a bunch of nerds who know how to build websites, work with to some degree, create. They must have had other nerd friends that knew how to do cryptography. Like nerds, and so they put all that together, and then just it's attractive. It's attractive to see a nerd come up to you and be like, "Hey, I created something." And you're like, okay, what is it? It's like, well, it's just an exchange. You can send crypto from one thing to another. And I created it, and I'm also friends with Tom Brady, and he's going to get in on it. That's
right.
Yeah. And my girlfriend, she's the CEO. She's the CEO. There she is, right there.
I actually own the company, though.
That's the CEO right there. I'm the company. I'm the chairman, but that is the CEO. I'm so
that's just gonna, anyway, I'm glad to see that. I mean, this is going to be, everybody wants to know what's going to happen, but overall, it's not going to affect the market.
Yeah. Just here's a caution to people. Next time an exchange blows up that big, be skeptical.
That quickly.
Be skeptical. Okay. Like there is a lot of credibility and longevity. That's just,
there is.
and you got
And
to stick.
Coinbase, I mean, I think Coinbase is the most secure, safest exchange for
Right.
US citizens. They've done their due diligence over and over. Now, I mean, I pay a monthly fee to use Coinbase because I do a lot of trading. It saves
Yeah.
me money. But with that, I have insurance of up to $1 million worth of crypto. And I know that works because I know someone that got scammed and lost their crypto off of the Coinbase exchange, and Coinbase did reimburse him.
Yeah.
So,
And now that is what I'm talking about as far as moving forward goes, because
right.
when these
So,
exchanges have the power to offer you the insurance of that kind of stuff. And by the way, just to remind everybody,
the
that is
federal
not
government's going to insure it now once it gets into the banks, just like they do now.
right. But just so that people understand, because I don't know if people caught it from you and what you said there, but he didn't get scammed. No one broke into the crypto Coinbase exchange and stole his money. He gave them the passcodes because he thought by going on, right? Am I wrong in saying
Yes,
this?
you're correct.
He
Continue.
thought by going on Google and searching Coinbase customer care and just clicking on the first link that came up that was Coinbase customer care, when it was actually just some scammer. You got to actually make sure. It's like calling your bank. There's people out there that have falsified numbers for TD Bank or Bank of America or whatever, and you call those numbers and they sound like some Indian that's like, hello,
My name is George.
hello, I represent TD Bank. Would you
And
like
my
to
name
get?
is Bob.
My name is Bob. I'd like to rep. And you're just like, what? No, I don't
I
think
know.
so. Yeah. So anyways, so make sure you have the right proper numbers for customer care, which by the way, those numbers are probably on Coinbase.
Yes.
Go to
If ever in
Coinbase.
doubt, if you ever get an email, ever in doubt that something's going on with your Coinbase account, do not click any links. Delete the email and then
Exactly.
log into your Coinbase account. And if there are
Right.
any issues, it'll tell you when you log in to your account. Otherwise, don't click on anything.
Right.
So
yeah, that's a really, really good thing. But that right there, that to me, so between ETF, the ETF that sounds like it's going to be coming out with BTC, and the ability to actually turn around the negativity of what's going on with exchanges and creating it an easier process for people to access, not just to access their crypto, but basically spend money with crypto backing. Like that right there, those are the three elements that I think are going to create mass adoption in cryptocurrency in general.
So the U.S. government's got to get off their butt, though. We need regulations. That's what a lot of the exchanges are waiting for.
Well, then vote for a guy that actually is for this. Yeah.
So
I don't know if the development for this, like, let's say, okay, let's not to get all super political here, but let's talk about Donald Trump, for example. I mean, he's like probably the Republican nominee. Like that's seeming to be what's going to happen, right? I mean, I don't see any
unless
of these other
someone comes out that we don't
and Joe
yet.
Biden's the other one, right?
I don't
maybe
know
not.
how,
no, maybe that's going to change. I don't know.
Maybe
that could change. Okay, but the point I'm trying to make is that on both ends of the table with Republicans and Democrats, there are people that are for cryptocurrency and want to actually create bills that are going to help move it forward. And then there's those who I feel like just don't give two craps about it. And if anything, they just want to create a higher taxation on it for the long and short-term capital gains of it. And so Joe Biden and Donald Trump are not really crypto guys.
They need to step forward and step up, because if not, we're going to get left behind in a global economy with crypto.
Right. But I think that if Donald Trump, I feel like Donald Trump and Joe Biden need to understand that it's not about turning Bitcoin into a government currency. It's not about just trying to regulate it and tax it. It's about creating, like, this is a way to create more security. But I wonder if there's if they're afraid, this is one of my theories of Donald Trump's fears, is like maybe Donald Trump is afraid that, not afraid, or maybe knows that China holds probably the majority of BTC. Yeah. And maybe they don't, but I do think that there is a very large accumulation of BTC that's happening in China. It has happened in China. I mean, for goodness sakes, the name of the founder of BTC is literally a Chinese name.
I thought it was Japanese.
Or are they? Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. That is true.
Anyway.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, to me, so I think what they need to understand, I think Donald Trump thinks, oh, cryptocurrency, the US dollar is going to go away. I like the US dollar. The US dollar is not going to go away. It's evolving, right? It's no longer going to have paper US dollar. It's going to be a cryptocurrency US dollar. and it's still going to have the same effect as the US dollar has now against other currencies. It might be, you're going to need 100 yen currency, yen tokens for every one USA dollar token. There's still going to be an exchange rate. So it's still going to value the dollar the same way. It's just going to be a digital form. And I think a lot of these people, they don't understand that. They think, oh my God, there's going to no longer be a US dollar, but there is going to be. It's just going to be in a different form. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean,
now,
how often do you go to ATM machine and get cash? Really, most people, they probably don't. I like to have a little bit of cash on me still, but
I hate holding cash, but the only time that I've ever needed to do that is just those random people that don't like to use Venmo that I go and buy stuff from on Facebook Marketplace, and they force me to go to some damn gas station.
You should ask them, hey, do you have crypto? Will you take crypto instead?
Yeah, I have. I actually have.
Really?
I've even offered to sell things for BTC. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow. You know what? I'm going to have a yard sale.
Yeah, BTC yard sale. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but it's just, but what's interesting actually up here in our part of our neck of the woods, we actually have a guy that's been pushing Bitcoin ATMs.
That's right.
Very, very interesting. And I want to just let people know that those things are pretty cool because they actually do provide a lot of security. We're talking about security. Those provide a lot of security. And those are basically like, you might as well call those mini ETFs. Like that's basically what they are.
But you're actually getting the Bitcoin. So
yeah, you're actually getting the actual crypto. But the one thing I don't like about them, to be honest with you, is that he does charge, like, with ATMs, there's always like a $3.50.
Yeah, but he's like probably like a 10% upcharge or 5%.
His is pretty high.
It's high.
His is pretty high. Like right now, if you were to look at the price of Bitcoin on his ATM, it's like it got me excited. I'm like, did Bitcoin go up today? It's like, no, it actually
no. It's just
the ATM went up today. I think he's selling it for like 35,000 per BTC or something like that.
Right now, wow, that's a huge
but
market.
but it's like, well, exactly. If you buy one full BTC, he's making bank on that. But dude, he was telling me, you know what he told me? He's
what?
Because I'm friends with this guy. He's like, so he has like 15 or 20 of these things. All right.
Really?
Of these crypto ATMs. Actually, I want to show you what they look like. Really, really interesting. Because I think this could actually be a lucrative business in general for people.
Well, I saw one, and I've seen a couple of them now around where I live.
Yeah,
within a 1 hour
there's a
radius.
lot of. Yeah, they are really, really, really fascinating. Look at this. This is these are the different ones that they have out there. So that's kind of what they look like. You'll see them around the major cities and whatnot. This white one right here, he has a bunch.
I've seen a couple of those. That's what I've seen.
Those are the ones that he has. And but they're expensive. Like if you're
so, but he loads. How does it work then? It must.
So basically, like you create a wallet that's connected.
And load it with Bitcoin.
Right, and you load that thing up with Bitcoin, but there is no way for you to like lose your BTC in this process. Like there's, it's very secure as far as that goes. So I can't say it's like a mini ETF. That's not true.
Like, I almost tried it one time, but the markup was too much. Because I'd like to,
it will always be too much.
If it was like 5% markup or something, I'd be like, you know what? I'll buy $100 worth of it just to see how it works.
Yeah, exactly. But I think, but here's the thing: is like I'm not really quite sure. I see the value in it, but at the same time, I don't really see the value in it when like. The only reason why I see the value in it is because it's an easy process. It's a much easier and secure process to buy crypto, whereas the exchange can be a little confusing, maybe. Like
so someone has to have a wallet set up, though, right?
Yeah, you have to have a wallet set up. But so, anyways, he was telling me that one of these machines that he has, there was this one person that was buying 90,000 BTC every week.
Wow,
$90,000 worth of BTC every single week. So that's like,
holy cow!
That's literally 3 BTC a week.
So maybe the people who want to do this, they don't want to be attached to any exchange or anything.
Well, and that's the thing. This is all. I mean, I'm not 100% sure about this, but I'm pretty sure that it has to go to your wallet. It has to go to some kind of a wallet. It can't just be straight to the exchange. So and they're providing.
Right.
I mean,
so you could have a ledger.
Right. Exactly. You can
External
just have your ledger
wallet.
show up. Right. So I mean, I think that there is something to be said for that. I would rather get all of my crypto off of an exchange, but I will say, actually, this is really interesting. This is true, though. When we have massive spikes in the market with the exchanges, notice that sometimes the exchanges will shut down temporarily and you can't pull money out.
I've never had that happen with Coinbase.
I've had it happen with Coinbase.
Did you?
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I had it happen back in 2017 where I was literally trying to pull money off of Coinbase and I couldn't because there was way too much activity going on it.
No.
Now I don't know if their servers have changed where they're actually able to do better now with that. But
yeah, I guess
that's
I
not
was
going to
going
happen
against
with
the
this.
flow then.
Right, but that's not going to happen with these. Like these are
right.
See, you can sell your BTC to this as well as buy it. You can't like it's not just
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, this is not just buy BTC. You can sell your BTC.
So it's send and receive.
It's send and receive, and it's not just BTC. It's altcoins as well. There's multiple altcoins for that as well.
So you know someone filed an ETF for Ethereum too.
What do you mean?
So let me see if I'm going to do a quick search before I share my screen. But yeah, a company filed for a spot ETF based on Ethereum.
Oh, no way, dude. Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of good things going on. It's just trying to figure out how to solve the problem of creating more security in the world for cryptocurrency, I think is because, it's interesting. It's like gold. So
yeah,
our country used to be backed on gold. We used to have this thing called the gold standard. And I think, was it Nixon who actually diminished that, or
I forgot who. Yeah, we went to the dollar.
We went to the dollar
to the dollar.
Right. But the gold standard, I still think we should have remained on the gold standard. I think it gave us much more tangible power. Like, we actually have.
Yeah.
But the problem is that we just kept getting into debt. Anyways, not to get off onto a trail of that whole thing. But like I think what we're seeing is the formulating or the formation of that for the world with BTC. That's what's happening right now, is that BTC is actually starting to create a dominance in the world in general, is saying like, no, we're going to, just like the United States used to have the gold standard, we're going to make a standard for the world, and that's BTC. I know that's a huge statement to make because it's not like it's not even $1 trillion in market cap right now, but
yeah,
I could see it happening though. Like to me, I could see something like that happening with BTC, where the world is like, you know what, like let's just base it all off of BTC.
It could. So it's ARK. I found it.
ARK. Yeah.
ARK 21 shares.
Pull that up.
ETF.
Pull that up.
All right. Yeah.
I'm gonna let you talk about that for a second. I got to plug in the computer. It's about to die.
Yeah. Yeah. So here it is. It's ARK. Kathy Wood's ARK Invest files for first spot Ethereum ETF. So, and this was just September 6th. So, and I'm pretty sure the SEC has up to 240 days to decide on the ETF, but that's pretty cool. It didn't really get much movement when that happened, but here's another one. So now we're going to be seeing, I'm sure once Bitcoin ETF gets approved, we'll see Ethereum, and then it's just going to be a flow of altcoins, but it's going to be, altcoins that are in the top, probably 20, the top 50 at the most. Companies that have been here for a while, they're, solving a real problem or purpose, serving a purpose of some sort. But, it all depends on what really the whales and big corporation want. The big money, BlackRock, Fidelity, Vanguard, all of them, they're doing their best to control this market. So they want in fast. They want to buy it quickly before the little guy can. But anyway, to me, I'm very excited for this because I'm a little guy that knows what's going on, and I'm going to get in with them. They can make their billions. I just want to make a little bit of money for me to, live a good life and leave to my family. But anyway, so that's what I saw that the other day.
I just shed a tear. I just shed a tear from that. No, I agree.
I can see it.
Yeah.
It's glistening, going down your cheek.
He loves his family. Yeah. No.
I mean, why else really does people do things? They want to provide a better life for their family than what they've had. Usually, right?
No, absolutely. 100%. Yeah. And anyway. That's the thing is like, Bitcoin can be, the thing I love about Bitcoin that makes me nervous about government currencies or fiat currencies is that Bitcoin's always, there is no way to get into debt with BTC. Like it's going to remain a max supply of 21 million. That's just what it is. I mean, I suppose even if like the largest accounts were to just drop everything, like what's eventually going to happen is you're going to get so many, like, I guess that's to me the one thing that I don't want to happen is for everybody to have, like having 3%, like we were just talking about this new ETF that's coming out, but for that particular platform to have 3% of BTC, like that's crazy. I mean, how many platforms actually have even 1% of BTC? Like how much does BlackRock have? What percentage of BlackRock has for BTC? Because I just feel like you want to spread out the BTC as much as possible.
Right. MicroStrategies has over 500,000 BTC. So that article you had showed where Grayscale had like 10 billion worth of BTC.
Yeah.
That's roughly the daily trading volume of Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly.
So I heard another statement or read it. I can't remember where I came across it about right now there's only about 5% of Bitcoin that have been mined in circulation.
Really?
The rest are in wallets of some sort.
Well, mining is becoming a crazy, like that's a crazy thing right now too.
They're the kind of the ones that have some say with the price, because when they're mining the Bitcoin, if it's costing them more to mine it than it's worth, they're probably not going to sell it. Or if they do, they're selling it for a loss. So they're saying, what do they say right now? It costs around $20,000 roughly to mine one Bitcoin. So, and when we have the halving, the block reward is going to get cut in half. So in essence, it's going to cost $40,000 to mint a Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the new base price. Like we've been really, we went down below 20,000, right, for a little while there, but it came right back up and we haven't gone down back to 20,000. So, right now, are we kind of at the base price for Bitcoin, which is, 25, 26, 27,000? Maybe we are. And if we are, that's great. And we're going to see it build up to the halving. Right.
Oh yeah.
It'll probably,
absolutely.
it'll be, Bitcoin will be worth at least what it costs to mint it after the halving. So we're going to probably see a $45,000 Bitcoin it's going to have, but I think it might drop a little bit, go down to 35, 38,000, but then it's going to just take off.
Dude, check this out. So this is the New York Times article that came out about crypto mining. So this is across the United States, Chinese Bitcoin mining draws national security or security sanctity. Security. Wow. Security. Look at this thing, dude. This thing's huge.
That's a mining facility?
It's a mining facility. Yeah,
Wow.
This literally New York Times just pulled out this article. Let's see. So hold on one second.
They should get it. Why don't I see like windmills around that or solar?
Yeah, right.
Right? Because that would lower their cost.
That would lower their cost. Yeah. That's really, yeah. I don't know. That's interesting.
So there's got to be companies out there looking to do like, getting into mining, but, doing it with renewable energy.
Hold on one second.
Who are you shooing away?
I'm shooing away my 2-year-old, 3-year-old.
I was doing that earlier with my cat.
I love her to death, but
I know.
She knows not to come in here at this time.
Yes. So I guess I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'm just going to go over one article I found here.
Here, I'm gonna let you go over that while I go take care of her.
Yeah. So it's rising whale activity on these 3 Ethereum-based altcoins. I saw this article and I found it kind of interesting. I'm like, sign of a potential bullish turnaround. So I want to know what these 3 coins were. So what the coins are is I went down here and they're DYDX, it's a data exchange platform. Ocean protocol, it's a decentralized exchange protocol is DYDX, and a data exchange platform, Ocean protocol, but I know Ocean's also involved with AI, and I do hold some Ocean and the crypto payments network Request. So I'm going to check into these coins. I'm going to check into the DYDX, decentralized exchange, and also Request, and check them out. Like I said, I already have some Ocean. I'll probably at some point do a little video on all three of these, but I found it, interesting that whales are buying these coins. So to me, it's worth checking out, because whales usually definitely do their due diligence and are usually, conservative where they put their money. So anyway, I found that interesting. So at some point, look forward to seeing some videos on these coins, DYDX, Ocean, and Request.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so I just, you end up just going down rabbit holes sometimes. You never know where it's going to bring you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. And we're going to definitely be putting out some more videos as far as coin reviews go. I want to do one that's, I definitely want to talk about Ripple. I think that Ripple's actually going to take off.
Yeah, I'm looking at building a position again in Ripple.
Yeah, I see a lot of strength in that, honestly, in that XRP. That is, you look at it right now, it's 48 cents, but it's all-time high. Whoop, I lost it. But it's all-time high, I think was up to like $3 at one point.
Them winning their lawsuit and everything.
That builds immense amounts of strength.
So what's the market cap on it right now?
So the market cap at this time, so its all-time high was $3.84. So it pushed almost, so it's down 87% right now.
Yeah,
which is just, that's great.
I think it has a definite possibility to get above that. It's all-time high.
Right.
So,
but it's total market cap. I don't know why I can't find that right now. What in the world? Hold on, let me do this.
Yeah. All right. So its market cap is like 26 billion.
Yep.
So could that go to a 10x and go to 260 billion?
Yeah.
Well, I think so. If Bitcoin goes over 100,000, I think it could.
Oh yeah, if it's 26 billion, I kind of makes me wonder actually, back when it was at its all-time high, what was the market cap when it was at its all-time high?
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to see if I can.
Well, if it's down 86%, I mean, let's just imagine that thing hundreds at, I mean, it probably must have been pushing like, holy smokes, the thing must have been pushing like
billion, maybe. I don't know.
No, it wasn't a billion. It couldn't have been a billion. Was it? I guess it could have been. No, it wasn't. It was number 2. I do remember it was actually
number two at one point.
It actually went past Ethereum at one point when it was doing that. Can you believe that? That it actually took the place of Ethereum in market cap?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it did. I remember that. It took the place of Ethereum in market cap, but it wasn't 100. It wasn't, because the only crypto I think that's actually made it up to.
I wish there's got to be a place where you can look back historical data. I'm on CoinGecko right now, just poking around.
Yeah.
See if I can look at some historical data. Yeah.
673 million. 673. Yeah, maybe it was a billion. Honestly, it was over a billion. It I'm sorry, not over a billion, over 50 billion. It must have been over 50 billion.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a trillion. I think Bitcoin's the only cryptocurrency that's actually hit a trillion in market cap by itself.
Really? It is.
Not even Ethereum has hit that.
I'm sorry. I kind of went off the reservation here. I'm trying to find the data.
I'm going to look at this while you're looking that up, because Ethereum right now, its current market cap is 186 billion. So I don't think that we went much higher than probably that. I mean, like at the time.
Yes.
But if you do the math on it, I mean, you have XRP currently at 25 billion. and the price of it is 48. So let's just do the math. So it's 50 cents. All right, this will be fun. I'll pull out my calculator.
There you go.
Okay. So we have 50 cents. Well, we'll have $3.80, right?
Yes. So
the $3.80 divided by 50 cents
is what, like a 7.5x?
7.6 times. Well, it's currently 26 billion right now, right?
Yeah, I think that's
so. It was basically almost 100, and it was basically close to 200 billion back at its all-time high. Hey, look at that. It's our little
really ETF.
Yeah.
Is it going to happen?
Is it going to happen?
I think so.
So yeah, so I mean, I think that XRP's I really do think that XRP's total market cap was definitely closer to 200 billion.
Yeah, back in the day, I had
back in the day when it was it took number 2 spot. Actually, it didn't just take number 2 spot, but the founder of Ripple, I think for a hot minute, was the richest man in the world.
That's right.
Yeah. Which is crazy. I mean, there's like all these guys. It's just amazing that just crypto, how fast it can push somebody's net worth. You know,
how quickly it can drop someone's net worth too.
Oh yeah, exactly. Sam Bankman-Fried, dude. Sam Bankman-Fried's his lawyer bills right now are literally hundreds of thousands a day.
Why are they so much? Why are they so much more for the same amount of hours?
I have no idea.
What are they charging? Like $10,000 an hour?
I have no idea. I mean, yeah, you kind of wonder, like,
or they have such a large team working on it.
I mean, they've obviously got him convinced that they have some kind of case that's going to keep him out of prison. I don't know, but he's
just pigheaded and saying, "I'm not guilty. I didn't do anything wrong."
Right. But the thing is that what's interesting is part of the development of that right now is that there's they're putting halts to a lot of these things. So they're actually like slowing things down a little bit. And so some people are conspiring the idea that he's paying them off, paying, you know, court officials and jury people and stuff. I don't even know how you do that. Yeah. Not that he hasn't. The joke that's going is he's probably giving some donations to the judge. You know,
what I saw a clip of an article. You know, they're getting Sam Bankman-Fried ready to get introduced to the general population of the jail cell. They sold his 3 private jets, so now he'll be like everybody else in jail and not own any private jets.
Yeah,
something along those lines. Like they're trying to, you know,
dude. I don't know, man.
Not stand out.
It's a crazy case.
No, it is.
I just hope. I mean, this stuff is going to happen, people. You know, you're going to see a lot of fraud. You're going to see a lot of, especially with like the IRS here in North America. That's going to be an interesting thing. I mean, there's like, I hope you guys paid your taxes on crypto this year. You know, we're coming up on all of your filed extensions. You know, you have 0 time left pretty much.
Right. So I just finished my taxes yesterday because I always file an extension.
Yes,
so
right on time.
My tax day is, you know, October 15th.
Yeah.
You know,
no.
But so I just finished my 2022 taxes. So in 2022 was a rough year for crypto.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
I didn't really sell much
for a loss
but I did sell some coins because I didn't feel like the value was there anymore. Right. And I knew I was going to take a loss. But that helped out on my taxes because for 2022, I had a crypto loss and not a gain. So that kind of helped me out.
Yeah, of course. 2023
is going to be a little different. You know, I have had some gains and still building positions. So who knows? At the end of the year, I'll look at my portfolio. If I have any losses and I no longer believe in the coin or they're not developing more or whatever, I might sell those to try to offset some gains. But
it's definitely important that you guys are paying those taxes though, because they will crack down on it. They will
come and get you eventually.
Of course they will. You know, especially if you're making thousands and thousands of dollars.
What's his name from Prohibition years? Capone, right? They didn't get him. They got him on tax evasion.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And it can be held against you. And
you made money legally. We don't care about that. All we care about is you didn't pay taxes on that money.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, same exact thing for, you know, John McAfee or McAfee. He's you know, when I was interviewing him, he was literally, actually, you should guys check out that interview. there's an interview that I did with him back before he passed away, and he was in what's called a Faraday cage when he was doing the interview with me, which means that he basically could not be traced through his
That's right. I remember that.
yeah, and we even talked
Great
about it. I
interview.
said, I was like, because it just, so he was in a Faraday cage because he didn't want to be tracked when he was doing all these different interviews with people on YouTube and whatnot. And the whole purpose of what he was trying to do was hide from the government because of his tax evasion. That's basically what it was. I mean, he
Yes.
owed hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes. And
Oh, probably added zero to
so
that.
he ended up going to, well, Spain somehow managed to catch him and he went to prison, but he was going to be expedited or extradited, yeah, and brought back to the United States.
In an
And I think
expedited manner.
not, yeah, in an expedited manner, yes. And he was going to be, I think he had like 25 years against him for that.
Oh,
So, I mean, I like John McAfee. He was a cool guy. I mean, he really was. And I rest in peace.
yes.
He obviously passed away. Although there's conspiracy that he's still alive.
Oh, yes. Yes.
There is some conspiracy that he's still alive, but
He's in Thailand.
yeah.
I hear it's nice
Yeah.
over there.
I reached out to his wife though to see if we could maybe do an interview with her, but she hasn't gotten back to me. So
You haven't heard back from her.
no. So I don't know.
All right.
Very cool family though. So anyways, yeah. Well, dude, I think I gotta let you go. I gotta take care of the family now.
Yep, it's time to start the weekend.
Start the weekend. Looking forward to the weekend.
Yes, and then we got to talk about when we're going to get together again. And
Yeah, we
can
got to do that.
Maybe give an update when we're on the same camera.
Yeah, actually we should do that. So yeah,
Yes.
but hey guys, if you guys could just leave it in the comments, what are some videos you want us to put out? I know that this crypto world is boring for everybody right now. That's why we haven't been getting a whole lot of views, or people aren't really seeming to be very curious about crypto at the moment. But you're probably it's gonna creep up pretty soon. I think come probably January, February, you'll probably see some more activity and interest, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I think we might see a few short squeezes.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that too. So, but yeah, so throw in the comments. What do you guys want to? What do you want us to cover? Because we will talk about whatever you guys want to hear about. I mean, Brian and I spend a lot of time vetting multiple crypto projects. We just kind of are nerds about it. So
A little bit.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely.
So-
Looking at it all the time.
crypto news, whatever. But yeah. So anyways, if you guys could just at least do us a massive solid and like and subscribe, hit the bell notification for upcoming videos and different things. We'd love to connect with you guys more and welcome you guys to the Bitcoin fam. So you got anything
Definitely.
else to say, Brian?
You said it perfectly. I just want to thank all our viewers out there, and we'll bring you plenty more content coming up.
Awesome, man.